Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video we're going to be checking out the Xvive In-Ear Monitoring System, unboxing it, playing around with it, and then seeing how good is it from a range and functionality for your praise team and maybe even your musicians. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. This is your first time stopping by the channel. Thanks for stopping by, and on this channel we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, and if you like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking one of the links down below. So with the massive project that we're doing at Signs and Wonders that is wrapping up, the praise team in the music ministry was interested in having some in-ear monitors. So instead of having one-off type of devices and we're putting in new equipment, we went ahead and got some unified in-ear monitoring system so everybody has the exact same thing. And doing some research, because to be quite honest, this is the very first time I've done an in-ear monitoring system outside of the P16s for musicians and stuff like that. But I checked this out and it had good reviews. So, hey, why not try it? So let's go ahead and open up the box and let's see what comes inside of this unit. All right, folks, this is the in-ear monitoring system. It has one transmitter and 4 receivers. It does not include any in-ears. I actually have a review for that, the ones that I paired with that. We'll be talking about that later. But let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what's inside. All right, so like I said, we have the one transmitter unit here. It has micro USB. I wish it had USB-C, but oh well. I'll zoom in when we go over that. Have transmitters feel very sturdy. Feel like if this was dropped, as long as it doesn't land on the buttons, I think this would survive. Got a headphone jack and an on and off button. This looks like an indicator, light, and volume. All right. We only need one to check that out. What else is in here? All right, got a bunch of cables, a 1/4-inch adapter. If you wanted to do that, I might plug that into. I need this to be out. Might try and plug this into my Roadcaster, see how that is. 3 cables, and actually I didn't show that. USB micro there on the side for charging. Booklets and 2 bags. Yay. So let's go ahead and plug up one of these to charge, because I don't know how much this has been charged. All right, so I don't know how long this will take to charge, but I must admit, with going through a whole bunch of rechargeable batteries or regular batteries, I do like the fact that this stuff can be charged, but the fact that I wish I could keep it always plugged in, because I think that's just one extra step to make sure that you unplug that and have it plugged back in, charge in between services or how often that you use it. That's just one little step, I guess, I kind of wish I didn't have to do. Like, if there was a way that I can keep this plugged in constantly and not have to worry about it anymore, I think that would be great. But, oh well. But let's go ahead and zoom in and let's look at some of the controls on here. Let's get it in focus. All right, so on here, I don't know if you can see that or not. All right, so we have just our power button. We have a line and an aux in, and that's mainly it. And it looks like this can actually connect to 6 individual units. At Signs and Wonders, we're actually using 8 of these. So I'm going to have 4 paired with each one. I'm going to see how that works when we plug both of them in the system. I don't know necessarily what this button does. What does this button do? Kind of like Dee Dee from Dexter's Laboratory. Am I aging myself with that? But let's see. Let's check out the manual. It's saying charge for 2 hours would give it about 2.5 hours would give it a 5-hour operating time. Okay. Okay, that's switching the channel. That's what that center button is doing. And pair. Use 6 channels, blah, blah, blah. That's same LCD. All right, well, we're not going to do that part, but we'll make sure that we visit that as well, too. So based on how I'm going to be using this, I need to set this to line. It's just saying adjusting the gain and listening to the volume for the best. Use with mixers or professional audio devices. So that's what my line in setting is going to be. Use when connected consumer devices like a portable audio. That would be aux. So for us, we would be on line since we're going into an actual professional mixer. All right. So let's go ahead and cut over to, I think this is enough of a charge just to get by, right? So I have this output from my X32 right up under the table. This is how we're going to connect to this. And then let's go and send some audio. And let me see how I can actually route this so y'all can hear. Yeah, I'm going to plug this into my Rodecaster so that way you can hear what actually comes out. And we'll do a basic setup, and then we'll do a range test once we get to the church to see how far we can go with this thing. Alrighty, so I have disconnected to my X32 for a line out, and then I also have the in-ear plugged into mic number 3, the input going into my Rodecaster, so whatever we loop, we should be able to hear what's going on. So let's go ahead and cut over to the X32 Setup app, and then let's see how we can configure all this other stuff. Alrighty, here I'm in the app, and make sure I am out of the way when I bring this up. So what we want to do is have our own separate mix. Now I want to reference back the video that I did showing how to make your own separate mix for your live stream, because that's going to be the same thing that we do here. So the first thing I'm going to do is come over to my buses, and I'm going to make a new mix, and I would just call this, I don't know, for choir. All right, because this is the audio that I want them to be able to hear. I'm going to route some music on a thumb drive here. I have some I have music I have a license to on the X to play here. So I'm going to send that. So what I'm going to do is I am on that bus that's just for the choir, and we are going to go to aux and send only, I'm going to turn off everything. Well, it doesn't really matter. They're at 0. But I'm going to turn up the USB audio only. That's the only thing that's going to be going to that bus. So as you can see right now, everything is off. And maybe I should do an upper right to get out the way. All right. So as you can see, all of my channels are off. The only thing I have going to that bus that MixBus I just made is only the USB audio. That's it. All right. That's number 1. And again, I'm in the way. Let's cut over here. Now let's go to our routing, because what we want to do now is I am plugged into output number 6. So we're going to go to our out, and number 6, I'm going to change this to MixBus number 2. 3, excuse me. So now that audio that's going out of the out on the back of my board is only going to get that mix. So if I have the house sound down, the main is down, the bus audio for that is up, and we'll mute the live stream, not that anything else is coming. Let's go ahead now. I'm going to unmute. I'm going to unmute the in-ears, and I'm hearing some noise. Yeah, so that's from there. I need to balance that out. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. So I have that on right now. And if I go here to play this music that's on the USB, unless I picked the wrong one. All right, not the greatest. Let me dial this in because I think I might have my part wrong on my roadcaster for this. There we go. Better sound. I had a bunch of EQs and stuff like that on. So right now, we are sending audio through the in-ears, and the only way you're going to hear anything is that's the channel that I'm sending right now. So right now, because we made that bus, I have that going to the live stream as well as just the in-ears. So for here, what we would do, and this is kind of like what I'm going to do at Signs and Wonders for this, our mix is, let's go ahead and let's just show you here. I'm going to unmute this. Hopefully I got it, excuse me. Hopefully I got it low enough that it's not going to be that disturbing. But what we're going to do is come in here and see right now, I completely take them out of the mix. So I'm not sending USB audio at all to the bus that we just made. That's why you see no signal, but it is coming through here. So what we're going to do when doing this for this, again, these in-ears are for the praise team. If all of these mics were the praise team, we would just bring them up and balance them appropriately. That's going to be needed for them. So there are 8 wireless mics for the 8 praise team members in the choir. So I'm just going to have just the mics there, and then we're going to play around with them. We might put the band in there. So like right now, I actually have a band mix that has all the band in there, so I don't have to adjust each level. So it's an overall, or we could send that. Again, it's just like a monitor, but it's just going to be in ears. And, pretty straightforward. It's just like, hey, if you got a speaker, like we have pulpit speakers or we got a live stream, I only want to send a certain amount of channels to that sound. Now, outside of that, let's cut back over here. So inside of here, all we got is the volume, and that's it. So no one's going to be able to adjust how much of whatever. This is going to be more. That's why the musicians, I do a P16 so that they can adjust their own individual levels. For stuff like this, you're setting something to this. So whether you want to have a click track that you can bring in as a channel, and that's going to the musicians and the praise team, you want to have whatever, you're going to send exactly what's going to these, just like you would a speaker. And I think it works very well. So let's go ahead and cut over to Signs and Wonders, and let's show you what's the range on this thing. All right, folks, we are back here at Signs and Wonders. I have the two sets of in-ears set up, and even though each receiver can accept 6 of these, I'm still splitting it 4 and 4. So let me show you what we got plugged in here. So I have these plugged into the outs on the snakes for output 1 and 3, and I need to change this because it's too close. I can't plug these side by side, so we have to route that. But I have this one on channel 1, this one on channel 2. So if we take these over here, here's both sets. I'll go ahead and turn these on. So this set is set to channel 1. And this set is going to be set to channel 2. Now, even though they're going to do the same thing, that's why I have them set differently. So we need to change that to number 3. We're going to come over here to our routing, and the bus that I have for that is going to be number 4. So we're going to go to our out. So that's 9. I don't know why 10 is set to that. That's not right. But then 11, we're going to set that to our MixBus number 4. And then boom. And I am going to set this to post fade so that we can adjust the overall volume that's going to them. And then, you know, I might actually switch it to pre-EQ or pre-fader, whichever one. It all depends on their use. But at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everything, including the house. And I have some music that's playing right now that is being routed there. So like if I go here to my channel for the computer, and we're sending a feed for number 4. So you see we got something activity on there. If we go to our bus, you see activity is on here. So where are my headphones? I think I got these here. And these are my headphones, which are going to be replaced, so I don't have to worry about anybody using those. So at this point, we should be able to get sound on both of them. So we got channel number 1. So I'm definitely going to have to turn the volume up on here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this or not. This is channel 1. So audio is coming through here. That's channel 1. Now we're going to go to channel 2 pack. Got audio as well too. So that's 2. And we got audio. So that's good. And I only did a second because I don't want to get hit for nothing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to set this up and I'm going to hook this up to the camera so you can hear how far away we can walk to make sure we still get a signal coming into this. Alright, so I walked all the way down here, and that's when I started seeing the connection light flickering. So from I mean, nobody is dare gonna walk this far who's gonna be in ears. So the fact that it has a very strong signal for as far as where the sanctuary is gonna be, I think we're good to go. All right, folks, so that is the Xvive U4R4 in-ear monitoring system. There's going to be a link down below if you're interested in one of these. And like I said, these are some toys we got access to play around with, folks. If you got any other questions, please leave them down below. And I know a bunch of people on the Facebook group said that they're interested in looking into something like that. I got these for, what was it, $569 for 4 units. So in comparison, when other people who've been using in-ear monitors, they said that is actually very good. And, you know, we saw the range. I mean, based off, I pushed this to the limit of how far I could walk away with this thing. But in reality, nobody in the praise team is going to be walking that far away with this. So outside of just making sure that it's a part of the process to make sure you disconnect it, plug it back in, to charge in between services, that's just something that you just got to add to your workflow. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's a big deal. So that's about it. Really like the product. I might even just do a review on Amazon. You never know. But anyway, so folks, if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like. Consider subscribing. Hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. I want to thank the patrons and the YouTube members for making videos like this possible. Their names are on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month or a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train and transform media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we'll catch you on the next video. Later.